want to turn now to retired FBI agent and current attorney Bobby Chacon. Bobby, you know, when you hear 4 different accounts from a guy wearing a bright red inmate's, outfit because he's so dangerous that they have to seg him, where do you even begin to believe anything? My guess is you don't, but somehow investigators have to sort through all those stories. How do they do it?
Well, it does get frustrating, and they feel the frustration that you have, when they bring him out and he says, oh, I think I know where the baby is. Let me lead you out there. They spend all day, a ton of resources out there, cadaver dogs, don't hit on anything, and they realize this guy's lying to us or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you have to keep him talking, and I'm glad that he's giving interviews. The more he talks, the better for the prosecution. And like you said, it's probably against his lawyer's advice, but but he's so arrogant that he's going to keep on giving interviews, and that's fine. And because we have only that information to go on. And so, yeah, most of it's going to be lies, but you have to, if that's the only source of information, you have to take it, and then you have to try to parse out, is there any kernel of truth to this, and where can we take that truth?
So as a lawyer now, but as a former, FBI investigator, do lawyers sway the thinking of their clients? So you got a husband and a wife. We assume they might point at each other, throw each other under the bus, but they're both professing their love and saying, she's innocent. He'd never hurt a baby, which we know he would. Do the lawyers get to them and say, your only shot here is to point the finger at your spouse, so let's get moving?
They do both. So they'll be communicating with each other. They're probably passing messages back and forth from husband to wife through their attorneys. And the attorneys are talking about what's the best strategy going forward for each of our clients. Sometimes that's to kind of have a united front going forward. Sometimes that's to separate. And then as they get further down the road in the process, they start to think independently, and they start going, okay, each lawyer now only represents that client. And so if it's going to benefit that client to rat the other one out, then they do that. And so right now they're in that honeymoon phase where they have a united front, and they're seeing how much the cops have. They're probably listening to any kind of offers or whatever, or pressure that's being put on them. And then each lawyer will make their own determinations about what's best for their client. But right now they've made that determination that it's best moving forward, with a united front. That may not last.
So listen, let's sort out once and for all at least this story that he's recently told a reporter. Jake saying during this video link interview that, oh yeah, that child conviction, that child cruelty conviction, yeah. I only agreed to plead guilty because I couldn't afford to go to trial. Let's just be real clear. That doesn't happen in America. You get a public defender, period. Is there anywhere where that's wrong?
No, I mean, like you said earlier, I mean, we've all heard it in every movie and every TV and cop show. If you can't afford one will be appointed to you by a court. I've had many cases gone to trial where the defendant had a public defender or a appointed counsel being paid for by the state or the federal government, both. There is never a point where you can't afford to go to trial. No one ever, never in our system.
So let's just check that one off as yet another proven lie on the part of Jake Haro. Thank you for that. Bobby Chacon, always good to have you. Thanks for coming on.
Great to see you. Thanks.